26 years ago, it wasn't easy to break into Bollywood as choreographer, but Farah Khan, with over 100 blockbuster songs, managed to become the most sought after in her profession after debuting with Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar in 1992. She recently choreographed Tarife from Veer the Wedding and Zinkhar from Darak. Her directorial debut, Main Hoon Na, in 2004 was a monstrous success. She raised the bar by turning out films like Om Shanti Om, Teesmar Khan and Happy New Year, and went on to become the most commercially successful female filmmaker of all time. A huge feat. She managed this while continuing to be a super mom to her triplets and judging reality shows with her signature sense of humor. I present to you Ms. Farah Khan. Can I request President Anita Pansari to give a token of appreciation to Ms. Farah Khan? Welcoming our author, Sharmila Rivero. And our moderator for today, Ms. Amisha Baig. Welcome to the club. Thank you so much. And now I hand over the mic, Ms. Amisha Baig, to start with the event. Thank you so much.
सिखाना पड़ेगा इंडस्ट्री वाली
Thank you everyone for being here today to celebrate everyday cooking and everyday love.
Mike.
I'm so happy to be here in Mumbai because it's the city of my birth.
Mike रहेगा तभी आएगा ना भाई.
Mumbai is the city of my birth, my schooling, my college and it's home. So it's really lovely to be here. I'm going to ask Farah, of course, to launch the book. Farah, thank you so much for encouraging me to write the book. For giving me comments all through the way when I was writing.
साइड से लो.
For writing.
अरे स्टील.
फ्लैश हटाना.
फ्लैश पीछे करना भाई.
Thank you, Farah, for writing the foreword and for being here today. There's no greater gift to our 45. I've got it for free, but not and it's really good. My kids and me both cook from it. It's healthy cooking, which I never got when I was younger. But I think it's good that we encourage our children to eat healthy. So thank you for writing this, Sharmila. It took a good 5 years or more to get her to do this. She has 3 big boys here. They take up all her time. So let's get on with the Q&A now, before y'all. I wanted to thank Anisha for being here to moderate. I want to especially mention my, Anisha, thank you for being here. I want to mention my mom. My mom, Ada Rivero, just, mommy please stand up. She's beautiful and elegant at 87 years old. She's an amazing person who starts her day with yoga. She spends it in social service with the poor and ends it with church. And She's blessed and I am to be her daughter. So thank you for being my inspiration. In fact, my friends all over, including Farah, crave her cooking, not mine. So that's, thank you. I self-published this book because I wanted a book that was not only useful, but I wanted a beautiful looking book that would inspire people to cook healthy. And so thank you Rotary Club of Mumbai Elegant for hosting this launch. It's really, really sweet of you. And so do accept a token of my gratitude to Anita Ansari. Tamina has really spent a lot of time putting this event together, so I'm really grateful to her. Savita Dalmia. Twinkle. Twinkle Sandy. And Jaya. I know you're all waiting for this discussion to start, so with that said, let's start with Anisha.
Hi. Hello, Anisha. So I have to say, I haven't known Sharmila long, but we are connected, Goans from a larger extended time. Farah, of course, I've known for years, having harassed her.
Harassed and hounded me many a times. This is a payback. She tries to come here and do this for free now.
I do exactly. I think which has something to do with the words yakni and pulao. But it struck me as interesting that the journey of the two of you actually began with tiffin boxes and seems to be culminating once again in tiffin boxes. So over 45 years?
Yeah, so we've been friends since 3rd standard. Don't do the math, I'm very old. And literally Sharmila's tiffin was my favorite part of school, of coming to school, because my tiffin normally didn't have anything in it. And Sharmila's mother used to cook the most amazing things. I don't know whether I should say I was introduced to ham and sausages early, not knowing I wasn't supposed to eat them. So that's how we have been friends, and we have stayed friends over her going off to America and living abroad, and then us getting married, and we have 6 kids between us now. And the friendship continues, and I've been telling her to write this book for really long. I'm just happy she finally got down to doing it.
So I actually am from, I think everyone else would be curious. Take us back to the 3rd standard, each of you. Like, what were you like? Who was the troublemaker? Who was the...
She became head girl, so clearly she was not the troublemaker.
You didn't.
No, but there was always a competition because I used to both come first. So there was always a competitive.
Farah was definitely smart, okay? She always came first for years and years.
Troublemaker also, or no?
She was fun. Farah was always fun. And one of my memories actually, which I probably never shared before, is Farah ended up as is a choreographer. And we danced together with our PT teacher, Miss Motiwal, at the tango. We were taught to dance. The tango.
We were in an all-girls school, so that is why she had to be the boy and I had to be the girl. Nothing fishy otherwise.
Our dancing career started in school.
With you, my God. I'm so grateful.
Both of your parts were set. Yours with food, yours with dance.
Mine was with food also, but mine was the eating part of it. So every holiday or after school I would be at a house where our mom would feed me, and those were like my best memories of school. So and I'm just glad that I can do this now. So it's a payment for Auntie Ada's cooking.
You were passionate about food, or did you take it very for granted back in those days?
When you grow up in a family where there's always good food, you just end up wanting to eat good food always. And I think that's the challenge for all of us who like to eat, and we're always struggling.
How many of us like to eat? You are not today held up. You are not a foodie, please get out. Then actually this book is good for you. Yeah, sorry.
Healthy food does not have to be not tasty, okay? The point of my book is that
it's not tasty, but it's healthy.
So again, tell us now a little bit about, again, the point of it. You call it everyday love, right? So explain what everyday love is.
See, the name was just so natural to me because when I just thought about what I was doing for my kids and what mothers and parents and people just do on a daily basis, which were probably not, people don't thank you for, kind of, is cooking for our families and planning meals and that is really everyday love. You don't have to tell your kids you love you or your husband you love you, but the fact that you're feeding them. And to me, if you really start to make conscious decisions of what you feed your kid, that is really truly love. So I'm saying, everyday love is healthy cooking now, trying to change the meaning a bit. And because I fed my kids lots of junk food, and I did it lovingly and indulgently. You don't think about what you feed my kids. My kids would want gummy bears, I would bring gummy bears back and Oreo cookies and whatever they wanted, mango drinks which are full of sugar. And when I started to write this book and think about healthy eating and how I wanted my family to eat better, I realized how bad the junk food was. So to me, everyday love is just putting that extra effort of thinking about what you put into your food, into your plates and your family. So
is that everyday love for you too?
Everyday love for me is eating good food. No, of course, I think now, especially for all of us and millennial moms, what we feed our kids, everything people have become quite obsessive about it. Are we feeding our kids healthy? I think as mothers only, though, we become obsessed with our kids. What are they doing? What are they eating? What are the classes they go to? What are the play dates? So I think it's good to know that because I think I'm much older than all of you all. So our parents were not so much into, we didn't know what was healthy food and unhealthy food. So we were just eating everything, which is why at least I grew up with wanting to diet, yo-yo diet, putting on weight, then losing weight, then trying to, So it's better to give them a habit from childhood or as they're growing up to eat healthy, and that becomes a habit for life, which we all struggle with because that habit was never cultivated in us.
And through this book is how you discovered the joys of avocado. Avocado?
Avocado got in Viva Mere.
But I just want to add on, I think that what we grew up with, all of us, was home cooking. And my book, the message is that you just go back to everyday cooking. Because whatever you buy from a store or when we eat out or stuff, and all of that is fine. Everything, eating out, eating cookies and cakes and all treats is fine. But, that's once in a while. As I tell you, it's sometimes food and anytime food. But going back to home cooking, I think is what I'm really advocating, because then you know what you're putting into your food, right? So.
And I know, I mean everyone is obsessed with their children and child obesity and what kind of children are eating or drinking.
It's not only children actually. 2 weeks ago I was at a Women in Diabetes conference in Chennai, and it was really horrifying actually for us as women getting to this age of the statistics. Indians apparently are already predisposed to diabetes, and so we really need to be sweet. So as women also, we really need to watch out what we're eating.
Have you approached her with any of her recipes?
Yeah, of course. I have Farah's famous roast chicken with lots of chili, garlic, lemon, honey, and it's delicious. Yeah, it's healthy also. It's a roast chicken. I do it in my oven. Yeah.
I'm calling you home tomorrow. Okay, the entire Rotary is invited to my house.
But no, seriously, I've always believed, the reason, again, I've had such an affinity for food, and arguably for Farah as well, is that food brings, the great thing about food is the ability to bring people together. That there are these wonderful traditions, tastes that we inherit, and all of that. So can you take us to sort of again back to where it began for both of you?
I think I discovered Goan food and Goan because I was had definitely not eaten any such food.
What did you have at home?
Our house was proper like Indian khana, but more towards Muslim food. My dadi used to cook, so everything had lot of oil in it. Very delicious. Lot of oil, lot of mutton, lot of, even the dal was like that Muslim dal was, the chapatis were, rotis were this big, yeah. Like that for some time, and then when I discovered Sharmila's home food, it was all like, like prawn curries and sorbatel, all things which I never heard of, but they were just absolutely delicious. Like potato chops with mince in it, and can't say now, but I just had roast beef when it was allowed.
This tradition, this coming together, have you found sort of coming forward in your case, Sharmila, that you've made new friends through food?
Yeah, so for me, I think my social life revolves around my food, my lunches and my dinners. I even did an entire food show called Farah Ki Dawat, because I was so, I was so with like-minded people who all enjoyed food, and I think if you enjoy food and you meet another foodie, it's like an instant friendship. I think you all will know that. Yeah, like food and like shoes for you. Thank you. Can't bless you. That was first my job. So I think that kind of connection that comes from food, and even when now if I'd rather like call people over to eat food. It's a passion of mine to feed people, and I feel that at Sharmila's house, at her mother's place, even when I go to Chennai to her, everything revolves around the food, which is really great.
Which is exactly how it should be.
I mean, anywhere you go to a wedding and the food is not good, I'm going to bitch it out as soon as you come. Like anywhere you go, the food is one of the main things that you enjoy when you go out. Either you go for a movie or for a party or for a wedding or for a holiday, everything revolves around food. That's a great unifier also.
It is a great unifier. It is entirely true. It is entirely true for you, Sharmila. Do you again, friendships change? I think today is actually, I would say, testament to food and friendship. When again, the power of both.
Yeah, if our food wasn't good for so long, maybe I would have thought to be friends with somebody else.
I think I'm blessed that my mother has lived so long, because Farah's food still is, every time I'm in Bombay, she comes over for she doesn't get the chance to come to Chennai very often. So food in Bombay is still at my mom's house, so that's the blessing.
Even for yesterday, I was at Auntie Edia's and she knows all my favorites now.
But yeah, food, I think cooking for friends and family, and making that effort whenever it's possible is a great thing. So I just love to, I always was different in the sense that I made sure like my kids' birthday parties, I made everything from scratch. It was a challenge, but my kids wanted to have their birthday parties at Domino's Pizza or at Pizza Hut, but I insisted that we do home cooked, and I think in hindsight they appreciate that. That was way before I wrote my book, and while I was not making more party kind of food. But so that's the whole thing about just
being. There is also nostalgia with these flavors. There was a young intern who came to the office who would bring every day these butter-laden cheese sandwiches made by a mother, which it changes everything.
I know the party the chutney sandwich, homemade chutney sandwich, and I still have them, but not
that's
for
in my book. The chutney sandwich is in my book. I still serve that at the parties.
There is something about that homemade, mother-made that is more delicious than anything.
Try when there are 100 kids at your birthday party.
But one of the other things that sort of thing is, again, also food is a family. But this is a part of the book that it's all about everyone enjoying it together. But food, again, minding whether cooking, eating, consuming, creating. For both of you are creators as well as enthusiastic consumers.
Very enthusiastic consumers.
But as a family thing, all of us, we had our palates set by mothers who were kind and wonderful and just cooked beautiful food.
My mother never cooked, so her mother was cooking for me.
And you're that.
Yeah. My daddy was good.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, but anyways, hence came the balance. Is it important to you also that your children are prepared to go out and appreciate the delicious things in life?
Yes, it is very important. I think our kids get very set in what they eat, especially when we are at home. And I've seen it, they're very fussy or they're very stuck on one thing. Especially my son will only eat one thing, and then for a whole year he will only. So it's important that when we travel with them, that we make sure that's when now they started enjoying different types of cuisine and enjoying different types of food.
Yeah, that's so important actually. Just introducing kids to variety, and all of us. You know, when you eat variety, you get nutrients from a whole lot of different kinds of food. And it's not only tasty, but it also gives you a whole range of healthy food. And India is amazing because you have so much variety from all over. And I've been exposed to actually growing up with, you know, Gujarat in Bombay, with Gujarati neighbors, Goan food, Punjabi friend, you know, Farah's food, and then lived abroad. So my book is actually a culmination of, you know, sensibilities, and then now I live in Chennai for the last 20 years. So both South India, North India, and you know, we really have a wonderful celebration of food in our country. So which we need to.
Which Anisha has travelled all over.
I've been exceptionally brief.
I want to do that kind of show. They pay me to travel and eat food everywhere.
I just want to say that you are all my witnesses to this. And I call up Farah tomorrow to say, hi, we're going to be doing this.
No, but then you want to just come to my kitchen and cook and all. Take me somewhere.
That will also happen. These are not mutually exclusive things.
But one thing I'd like to add, Anisha, when you talked about the family thing, I think the challenge for us new moms, not new moms, whatever.
I'm a very old mother.
Moms in today's world is actually getting the family to sit together at the table. It is really.
How many of you all sit together? Wow, that's more than me. I can't get my family to sit together.
So that's the challenge, which you know.
But it's almost just 40%.
Yeah.
So 60% of us don't really come together unless it's a Sunday meal or.
And that's one of the things I'm really trying to advocate is really go back to that family meal, because that's when we sit and we talk to each other, we talk about, you know, whatever's happening, whether it's world events or what you did in your day, and you start to appreciate food, because you know, my kids would ideally love to go and take their food and eat in front of the TV or even the computer or wherever. But I literally have to make at least one meal a day if we're all home to say, listen, no, you know, food is at the table, because you need to focus on your food, and that becomes conscious eating, because when you're sitting and doing something else, you really don't know how much you're eating, what you're eating. So that's being eroded, that family table that we grew up with. So,
and I think the other thing that I have to touch on is, you know, is everything that you also accomplish. I mean, you know, I remember when just Om Shanti was releasing, like, there were babies coming. What happened? Your babies? You had your babies came what, 1 month?
No, 3. I was shooting while I was.
You were shooting whilst you were pregnant.
In my first and second trimester.
There you go. And you've maintained this incredible pace where you're constantly doing.
Actually, I'm not. I see. It looks like I'm constantly doing many things, but I take long gaps between making movies, and I travel at least 3 times a year with my kids. I have no mates.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Farah is really, I have to share this, she's an amazing mother. I mean, it's a joy to be with her and her children, because she's really focused on them. I mean, she has a busy life, but when she's with her children, and she makes that time. You know, she doesn't, I think, socialize as much as she can, that she can. But she really is very, very focused on her kids, and they're absolutely lovely kids with, you know.
Thank you. That's the best compliment I'll ever do. I think we all do. That's a 2 compliments. One, you're looking thinner. And one, your kids are very well behaved.
Just say, like going forward.
The first one no one gives me, so I go the second one.
Practice that you should just say it now going forward. Just pay the compliments. Just lead with it in life. I think it's a nice way. I wanted to ask, both parents have such a wicked sense of humor. Which has the greater influence on them?
I think my kids are now become thali ka bengan. So, you know, when they are with me, they are like their mummy's kids. And then the minute they see their father, they are the father's child. So it's both. But my son is definitely more influenced by my husband, I think, because otherwise he's surrounded by girls. You know, and he's seen every chick flick there is to watch.
That's very sweet. And you, of course, are surrounded by
She has 3 boys. And they're lovely, but they eat a lot. Actually, they are constantly eating, so she's like constantly cooking, and she's making her own bread and all sorts of things. I mean, they're strapping boys. I have like really supra children. They've gone my husband, but her children are constantly eating. So yeah.
That's why my book, first of all, took so long, because I was trying and testing different kinds of books, and it was, in Genesis actually was my son who was not, the youngest was not eating any fruits and vegetables. And when I used to travel for work, and unlike Farah, I feel a lot of my work travel, I neglected my kids when they were young. I took them when I could, but you know, my rural travel involves long trips. So I gave up work travel when I realized my family needed health. And that's when I started to focus on healthy eating and what my kids were eating, and started to cut all the junk and processed food that I was buying them, and started to cook from scratch. And I became so passionate about it because the health of the family improved so tremendously. That was the whole kind of learning for me. My kids had asthma, I had allergies, and all of it kind of gradually went away just from cooking home cooked food. So.
Okay, so guys, listen, I've been a bit greedy, so I think, which is of course true to form and true, I like to believe, to the theme of this afternoon. But are there any questions?
Does anyone want to ask any questions? Yes.
No, we don't have it. But honey is good for, actually as a cough syrup even. If you have a cough, honey has probably similar effect of cough syrup.
Is there like a special honey for asthma?
Alright, anyone else who has some food related? No recipes are, recipe requests are not encouraged at this moment. That's in the book.
Yeah, that's in the book.
Any questions to Farah about anything?
It's a very well-behaved school.
Lots of questions.
Chennai, they were asking me all sorts of things. Salman Khan's phone number.
When do we come to your house for dinner or lunch?
Okay, I'm fixing. Depends on how many books are sold today. Depending on that, I will be giving a
Do tell us what a dinner menu at your place might include. I've heard from Sharmila.
The dinner menu, it's very boring actually because everybody likes to eat the same thing when they come to my house, which is a yakhni pulao, which is a yakhni pulao, but I make it differently because I make mine very little spicy. I'm not so bland. So that, then there's a roast chicken. Then there are very irritating people who come to my house like vegetarians.
My book is mainly vegetarian, okay?
Just joking.
Mainly
So what I
vegetarian.
do is when the vegetarians come, I give them Shiv Sagar ka coupons. And then give it to them and said, please go eat and come back. So but now for vegetarians, and we make like a Punjabi curry. My cook does that well. Now there's a khatta aloo, which is very nice, which is like a lal mirchi wala aloo. And that's it, they get these two things. And then we have other things, like we have a lot of fish, like fried fish, bombil, you know bombil, right? Bombil duck and pomfret, and then prawn curry, which we have learned from auntie. And yeah, with curry in it, but we put curry and all in it to make it like khatta, like yeah. Don't rule your
What about you? You said you're deliberately not having a dinner menu, but were you supposed to have maybe someone like you for a dinner? Like what would be on that menu?
When Farah came for dinner, it was her favorites, yeah. There's prawn curry and some Goan food, but also homemade breads, and I do a lot of dips and spreads, so like hummus and guacamole and desserts. Farah
She bakes very well.
So, and my journey actually, because I grew up in a Goan household which was largely meat eating, and with my kids I've actually gone the other way, where my book is literally 90% vegetarian. And we've actually gone, because honestly if you're looking at really healthy eating, I think largely vegetarian is the way to go. So, we eat mostly vegetarian.
I disagree with you on this.
But everyone's mouth about today. It's a very good time to say you might want to grab yourself a copy of that book.
You might get to get invited.
Yes, like I said, depends on how many books are sold.
Actually, you get 2 sets of invitations in my case.
Yeah.
So,
For that, you'll have to go to Chennai. How much are
there you go.
So Farah, there's one very popular demand that's going on where they asked me to ask you.
Yeah.
So you have this popular food show.
Yeah.
So when would you feel like doing for us?
do a food show. Like both of us can do one actually, but yeah, mine is all sorts of recipes. It's like a cooking exhibition. Yeah. But then you have to, my show they played all sorts of bad games and they had to dance and all that. So everybody no, just perfect. So 40 years old. More than that time. Yes, yeah, we did it very well. We would like to see that. No, now we can't be doing tango to sell this book now.
So we can look forward to the show. To the
yes, of course, why not?
Yes,
Yes, I think it would be nice to do a live. Yes. We'll organize something. Yes. Shah Rukh Khan will come especially for you, Tehmina.
अच्छा कभी सीखोगे ये कौन सी टेक द बुक गिविंग आल्सो वन स्टार्ट वेट
ओके पर हम सबसे पहले तो इस बुक के बारे में
पहले इनको संभाल रुक जा। ये जो किताब है ये मेरी स्कूल फ्रेंड है शर्मिला रिबेरो और उसने ये बहुत अच्छी कुक बुक लिखी है विच इज़ फॉर हेल्दी ईटिंग एंड हेल्दी कुकिंग। ये आपकी पूरी फैमिली स्पेशली बच्चों को जो आइडिया हम डाल सकते हैं कि अभी से हेल्दी उनको कैसे खिलाएं हम हेल्दी ईटिंग एवरीडे लव जो रोज़ का प्यार है वो खाने में डालें और अपने बच्चों को अपनी पूरी फैमिली को हेल्दी कुकिंग की तरफ लेकर जाएं।
शर्मिला जी आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
हाँ, my message is basically cook for your kids with love. You know, make sure your kids understand about healthy eating from a young age. Say no to junk and processed food. And teach your boys to cook. Not only your girls, but teach the boys to cook. So from a young age, they know out and they can be better husbands when they grow up. So.
ओके पर आपसे मेरा सवाल है कि मतलब कितना मैसेज पहुंचने वाला है, क्या लोग सीखने वाले हैं इस बुक को पढ़ने के बाद?
ये अभी बुक को पढ़ने के बाद कितना सीखने वाले हैं मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन अगर आप ये बुक के रेसिपीज फॉलो करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली यू विल सी दैट आपके हेल्थ में आपके बहुत बदलाव आएगा, क्योंकि जो हर चीज़ जो रेसिपी है एक हेल्दी अल्टरनेटिव रेसिपी टू जंक फूड रेसिपी इसमें है। मैं तो फॉलो कर रही हूँ, ये 5 साल से मेरे को रेसिपीज़ भेज रही है और मैं ट्राई करती हूँ, घर पर बनाती हूँ, बच्चों को भी खिलाती हूँ। मेरी डॉटर भी अभी इसमें से खुद कुकिंग करती है, तो ये सारी रेसिपीज़ शर्मिला ने मुझ पर ट्राई एंड टेस्टेड किया है। I am recommending this book to everybody, not only Bollywood.
Actually, I am a food blogger.
Okay.
So, in food blogging, there are a lot of invites and a lot of junk food. So, how can you recommend me to decrease the level of junk food or maintain myself or something like that? Any health routine?
Yeah. You have to actually the junk food is really unhealthy. It's basically salt, sugar, maida, oil. You know, those are the definitions of junk food. Food that's high in all of that. So first, ideally, you should cook yourself. But if you can't cook from yourself,
that's difficult for working women to
it's difficult to do that. So you just be conscious of what you're eating. You know. So if you're buying a ready-made food, you read the labels. You see how much sugar, fat, and sodium and preservatives there are at the food. So that's one step. It's just being conscious of what you're eating, and increase the amount of fruits and vegetables you can eat, which you can eat also raw. You know, fruits and vegetables and things you can eat raw. You don't have to cook.
I think once in a way everybody eats junk food. हम भी खाते हैं और once in a way it's all right also. But every day खाएंगे तो obviously serious health issues होंगे. तो जितना आप हेल्थ और अभी हेल्दी ऑप्शन सब जगह मिलते हैं, अगर आप खुद भी नहीं पका सकते हैं तो हेल्दी ऑप्शन आपको हर जगह मिलते हैं।
ओके पर कोई ऐसी टिप्स देना चाहे जो लोग लें और जो डेली मतलब रोज़ाना लाइफ में वो ले सकें, जो सिंपल हो, इजी हो, जो आपकी तरफ से हो? या
मेरी तरफ से सिंपल यही है, मैं कब से बोल रही हूँ कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें आप चेंज कर सकते हैं कि आप जैसे मैंने एरेटेड वाटर बंद कर दिया है पूरा। मैं पहले बहुत सारे एरेटेड कोलाज एंड सोडाज हर मील के साथ you have just cut it off, no, have a nimbu pani instead without sugar or just coconut water. It's easy to do that. जो आपको भी नहीं लगे कि मैं नहीं पी रही हूँ। एंड एक्चुअली जो ज़ीरो और डाइट कोला है वो तो और भी ख़राब है क्योंकि उसमें एस्पेटामीन होता है, तो आई थिंक दैट इज़ इवन मोर डेंजरस। तो दैट डेफिनेटली दैट आई हैव कट आउट। यू कैन कट आउट रिफाइंड शुगर, छोटा छोटा चीज़ चेंज करो, बिकॉज आप पूरा करने जाओगे तो मुझसे भी नहीं होता है। तो जैसे अब मैं गेहूँ का आटा नहीं खाती हूँ, मैं बाजरे की रोटी या जवार की रोटी उसका आटे का बनाकर चपाती खाती हूँ। तो सिंपल लाइक दैट। थोड़ा अभी घी, जैसे मैंने कहा घी बैक इन फैशन है। घी इज ऑर्गेनिक घी इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी हेल्दी, इट्स अ गुड फैट। So try to put little ghee in your food rather than some strange oil which is.
Can you throw some light on keto diet and vegan diet, and are they part of the recipes?
I don't think so, no.
See, we are not recommending any
diet.
ये
हम
this is healthy food.
हम कोई डाइट वेट लॉस के लिए ये बुक नहीं है, ये अपनी हेल्थ के लिए बुक है। कि तो मैं कभी भी कोई क्रैश डाइट ऐसे कीटो के कार्ब्स ही बंद कर दो तो मेरा भेजा ही नहीं चलेगा, क्योंकि कार्बोहाइड्रेट इज ब्रेन फूड इज रिक्वायर्ड, you know, for everything is required in the correct portions.
And what about organic foods?
Actually, organic is very good to go if you can afford it. I agree that organic food काफ़ी महंगे होते हैं.
You mentioned your title your book Everyday Love. So can you elaborate on that? Why you kept the name there?
Yeah, because I really believe that the kind of cooking we do as mothers and parents every day for our kids is an act of love. And if we make it healthy and we are conscious about what we're feeding our children and our families, it is really truly everyday love.
आपकी मम्मी भी पहले टिफिन बांधती होगी आपका, हाँ अभी भी मम्मी बांधती है ना.
If you cook for your families real good healthy food rather than buying them some junk food, that is love.
और ये आप लोग भी सीख सकते हैं इससे, मर्द जो हैं जो अकेले रहते हैं, कभी आजकल तो सारे आई थिंक मोस्ट मेन कुक because they are living alone.
This is a book that is good, very easy to cook from, it's attractive. Kids are cooking from it.
और ये मेन चीज़ है, ये सारे इंग्रेडिएंट्स इंडिया में बहुत इंडियन इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं. ऐसे कभी कभी मैं कुक बुक लेती हूँ, फमेलो सैलेड और ये कहाँ से ढूंढूँ समझ में नहीं आता, तो ये सारे इंग्रेडिएंट्स आपको आपके लोकल मार्केट में मिल जाएंगे.
और इसमें पूरा एक सेक्शन है ऑन होममेड फास्ट फूड. तो यू कैन
इसके ऊपर कोई ऐसी फिल्म बनाना चाहिए जिसमें कोई एक्शन करेगा.
हाँ करेक्ट. मैं ही करती हूँ कुक. मैंने एक पूरा शो बनाया था यार कुकिंग पे. हाँ, अगर मेरे को फूड बेस्ड फिल्म्स देखना बहुत पसंद है, ओके, जिसमें दिखाते हैं खाना, और इट्स आई लव दोज मूवीज वेयर यू शो गुड फूड एंड गुड कुकिंग एंड ब्यूटीफुली शॉट. तो कभी डेफिनेटली ट्राई करूँगी, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम होएगी ना, फिर मैं वो फिल्म में बहुत मोटी हो जाऊँगी वो फिल्म बनाते ओके. थैंक यू. क्या बात है, कंट्रोवर्शियल क्वेश्चन आराम से पूछेंगे. Actually, we want to also thank the Rotary Women's Club of Mumbai because they have organized Elegant Rotary Club of Mumbai Elegant, जिन्होंने ये बहुत अच्छा सेशन रखा आज, इंटरैक्टिव सेशन. फाइंड आउट. थैंक यू.
सिंगल
Done.